Hello, Glasgow enthusiasts, both of the beginner and experienced variety. Today I have a super exciting video for you. Over the past month, I have been visiting Glasgow and delving deep into its most hidden gems to share them with you. And I made sure that these are not just things that are, maybe in like smaller print in the guidebook. These are things that even some locals were not aware of. We're gonna be visiting 10 places in total. We're gonna be enjoying some culture, some food, some history, so something for everyone. Keep watching, watch the whole thing, be enlightened. And our first stop is going to be one that surprisingly perhaps is sometimes used as a double for the Vatican. Let's go! Has anything ever been more successful than the Glasgow City Chambers at the act of hiding in plain sight? Because I have disembarked the train here so many times and often enjoyed the majestic beauty of this building from the outside, but never knew that you can actually also see the inside of it. And even better, this happens through a guided tour, which is completely free. Every day from Monday to Friday at either 10:30 or 2:30, you can pop over to the reception desk and pick up a little lanyard for the free tour. Spaces are limited to 25 people in a group, and I reckon it usually doesn't hit those numbers. However, if you really don't want to miss out, if you're on some sort of tight schedule, come at least 15 minutes early. Now, I don't want to spoil the joy of enjoying this tour with your own eyeballs and ear holes, so I won't go too deep into its history. However, I can promise you will see magnificent stairwells fit for a fantasy epic, spaces where City Council discusses the future of Glasgow, and grand spaces covered in stunning paintings, some of them even available to rent out for a celebration of your own. The spaces, not the paintings. Also get to see the portrait gallery of all of Glasgow's past Lord and Lady Provosts, basically the equivalent of other cities' mayors. The older ones are quite classy, and some of the more modern ones give a strange, dark fantasy vibe. Also, this man is a vampire lord. Prove me wrong. Just a couple blocks away, you will find Glasgow's most unique theatre performance. One without actors, at least the living, breathing ones. Instead, the Sharmanka Kinetic Theatre lets you enjoy a room full of artwork created by sculpture mechanic Eduard Bersutski, which have been transformed into this haunting experience of art and music, together with Tatiana Yankovskaya, a theatre director. I was not allowed to shoot the sculptures in motion, but perhaps, once again, this means you will be intrigued enough to go see these yourselves. The tickets are £15 each, and there are 2 performances daily between Wednesday and Sunday. The earlier one is more suited for families with kids, while the one later in the afternoon is meant for adults. Now, a little quick stop by Clyde Riverside, which is a nice little walk this time of the year on its own, but I wanted to point out a little hidden gem in the area for you, the Italian Cloister Garden. This belongs to the St. Andrew's Cathedral and is not only a fascinating place to take in some quiet atmosphere and have a little meditation perhaps, but also a memorial to the Arandra Star tragedy. Arandra Star being a transport ship sunk by a German submarine in 1940 just off the coast of Ireland. You can read the names of many Italian Scots inscribed on the walls, people who have unfortunately passed away in this tragedy, along with fragments of poems by Italian artists. On the way towards West End, if you're passing the iconic Glasgow School of Art, take a peek in the CCA Centre for Contemporary Art. This is an event space, gallery, cinema, and a cafe bar all rolled into one, and another very pleasantly quiet space to escape the busy city centre. The gallery exhibits are free to enjoy, but I also recommend checking out their program to see if there's anything you'd like to attend for a little fee. I know that the cinema showings are often a pay-what-you-can sort of situation, so very accessible in fact. The cafe closes at 2, and after that you can take advantage of the resident bar. So while Edinburgh, I think, is a bit more beginner photographer friendly, where you get off the train and you instantly are met with a vista where you can whip out your iPhone, take a picture and sell it as a postcard, here in Glasgow, I think you will be met with more of a challenge, which is why I personally have been taking a class over on Skillshare called Cityscape Photography, Telling Your City Story by Trash Hand. It has been so eye-opening. It's like following a super experienced friend, having them share all of their cool insights. I'd absolutely recommend it for some tips on using geometry in your photography, location scouting and lighting. By the way, through the magic of location scouting, I have found this little place, the Rotten Row Garden. As I'm sure you know, Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, going freelance, productivity, all led by teachers with impressive first-hand experience. So whether you want to up your game in your career, hobby, or your side hustle, you will find the class you need on Skillshare. You can now also take part in Skillshare's learning paths, which are curated sequential class collections to master a specific skill. Skillshare has also recently introduced some exciting improvements to help you find your perfect class, like smarter class categories, 3 new class topics, which are creative careers, creative inspiration, and AI and innovation, and the ability to find classes by software and material. I am really jazzed to continue my journey by delving into some classes on illustration and design, maybe some by NDJ Pizza, who I have been following for ages as a great mentor to all creatives. Good on you, Skillshare, for making him share his wisdom with us. Excitingly, the first 500 of you who join Skillshare through the link in my description box are going to get 1 month of Skillshare for free. And that is a lot of time to learn how to capture Glasgow in its best light. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Now that Byers Road is mostly done with all the roadworks, it is such a fun place to explore. The road itself, not much of a hidden gem, admittedly, but a must-visit for anyone who's after some nice coffee or a bit of shopping outside of the immediate city centre. But the true value of this area are the little shopping arcades sprinkled around it. Down Ruthven Lane, you will find much vintage shopping, mostly antiques and tchotchkes rather than clothing, which is perfect for me because I cannot resist a trinket. There's also a comic book shop and a couple of popular eateries in this hidden lane. On
On the other side is the Courses Arcade, within yet another cute hidden lane. This area features one of my favorite Glasgow finds, a shop that specializes in Japanese stationery called Draw. If you're in the area between Tuesday and Saturday, make sure to come say hi to Neil and his fluffy business partner, Marcy. Now let's take a train to the south side of Glasgow. Very much a hidden gem as a whole, especially to anyone who's only ever explored around the city centre and the university area, which honestly seems to be the case with a lot of people who only visit it once or twice. I have made videos about this neck of the woods before, make sure to check those out because today we are trying to find and share the less obvious spots. Like this wonderful indie LGBTQIA+ bookstore called Category is Books, where you will find a fantastic selection of on-theme graphic novels, books on queer history, gay vampire romantasy, and they even have their own book club. There's also a whole bunch of cool merch to pick up, which I had to take advantage of because I am a pin goblin, as it is widely known. Just 2 minutes away from here, you'll find the Cooperage, a little inner courtyard space with a couple more independent shops, one slinging records, then also a vintage clothing one, which also sells a whole bunch of upcycled accessories, and also a sandwich shop and a guitar shop. I've been here in winter and managed to catch a really cool little pre-Christmas market once. Our next stop will be interesting to you if you enjoyed our visit to the CCA, because this is yet another space for art, community, coffee, and just a good chill time in general. This is Tramway, and true to its name, it actually used to be a tram depot. Today it's home to all of the fun things I mentioned before, and also the Scottish Ballet. What I especially love about this spot is that it is also connected to the Hidden Garden, a hidden community park where on a sunny day you can throw a little picnic and explore the plentiful planters like Simon has with this cool rhubarb. Okay, now if you're thinking, Kat, I've been to Southside and I am very much an expert in all of these artsy indie haunts, then okay, I'm gonna up my game and send you to the Newlands Lawn Tennis Club, and we are not gonna be playing tennis. The sports club has somewhat recently introduced a new brunchy bistro to the Glasgow food scene party called Drop Shot. They are open Friday to Sunday and the menu changes up every week. You can even sit outside overlooking the tennis courts while enjoying your delicious Middle Eastern inspired eggs or a vegan lentil and walnut ragu like me, plus, if you still have the space afterwards, a selection of treats from local bakers. Drop Shot is in fact open to people outside of the tennis club, which we have double checked with multiple people, so if anyone tells you otherwise as you're trying to nonchalantly walk in, stand your hungry ground. But if this spot was a bit too far away from the city centre for your tastes, why not keep it on the Glasgow Metro line with a visit to Same Malaysian restaurant. This is a foodie hotspot in the St. George Cross area, and they have the most flavourful, warming, satisfying cooking on the menu. I went for the 3 roast over rice with duck, chashu pork and pork belly, and the pork belly just had the most delightful crispy skin. I don't think that I'm really a pork belly person, but this one was possibly the best one I've ever had. Simon had the laksa, which is perfectly spiced and full of noodles of your choice, fried tofu, pork and fish cakes. And And at the end of it, you will even get called out by a fortune cookie. The place is really quite spacious, so we were able to get a table even on a Saturday night. A great end to this hidden gem adventure.
And so, back where we started, on George Square in front of the city chambers, very close to the Glasgow Queen Street station, from which we can take the express train back to Haymarket. Now, we have come here 4 times in the process of making this video. And I have to say that throughout the process, if anything happened, it was that I started enjoying Glasgow even more. I think that because it kind of grew on me and I started being really comfortable using the subway and all of that, kind of like, you know, when you're in a new city and you're starting to feel so much more familiar all of a sudden, or if you're playing a video game, you've unlocked a new map and you kind of start having this like inner sense of where to go without having to look it up on the map. So that's kind of what happened to me with Glasgow this time, and I'm very happy about that. It really, like, it was like a big Glasgow exposure therapy. I didn't make it to all of the places that I wanted to share with you, partially because of weather, partially just because of timing. A lot of these hidden gem places often open maybe only like for 4 days a week, so like it was kind of hard to plan, and some of these just kind of like escaped my grasp. However, the upside of that is that now I have some extra material for a future Glasgow Hidden Gems video. So yeah, share your ideas, share with me whether or not this has been helpful to you, and yeah, I'm really excited to make more Glasgow content. Now, before I say bye, once again, thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Do not forget to check their offer out for that 1 month for free. It will really help me if you check it out, click the link, all that jazz. And also you can visit me on Instagram, KakiBot, for my kind of general goofs and illustrations and merch designs, Kaki blog for my kind of blog of life in Scotland. And if you need even more content, if you want to see even more of this weird face for some reason, then head over to Patreon. This is my page, this is the link. Over there you get 1 extra bonus video most months, I would say every month, unless something goes terribly wrong. And also you can join a tier where I send a piece of merch or 2 every 3 months to you for free anywhere in the world. So if you're into that, check it out. Okay, it's getting wild here, we need to catch our train, so I will thank you one last time. I will see you soon. Bye.